top, and let's start things off with our first fight of the night between Khadis Ibragimov and Danilo Marques. Zach, what have you got for that one, mate?
I'm kind of leaning towards the underdog on this one a little bit. Danilo Marques, a little bit bigger, a little rangier. Khadis coming off of a KO loss back a few months ago. I kind of like the new guy. He's a little bit older too. Those higher weight classes, you see those guys a little bit older, 34 years old, in those bigger weight classes, a little more experience. I don't know. He doesn't have much of a reach. He doesn't have a reach advantage, but just a bigger body in there. And that's, I think that could be a big difference maker.
He does. I know that Khadis is 0-3 in the UFC, but I think the fact that there is a record in the UFC at all is going to be a little bit telling in this. When I was watching some of Marques' previous fights, he looks nervous to get hit, and he's got one fight in particular. Mario Teles put him to sleep on the mat in 2016. So if I was him, I might look a little nervous to get hit on the feet as well. Unfortunately, I imagine what we're going to be seeing from Khadis is him going for a straight knockout. He doesn't really have any regard for his own defense. He jumps, he leaps onto his takedown attempts and onto his ground and pound. So I think he's gonna catch him. I'm taking Khadis in the first round with something crazy, whether he jumps on him and lands a fist on him or whether he hits him with a big overhand right. I think he's going to catch him with something crazy early on.
Yeah, for this fight, I don't feel too comfortable with either of these guys betting-wise, but if I had to pick, I'm going to go with the underdog, Danilo. He's got 4 sub wins, 4 KO wins, so he's kind of versatile in that regard. He's a taller fighter. Like you guys said, Khadis has lost his last 3 fights in the UFC. He likes to throw a lot of those looping overhand rights, and what I can watch from the tape, he likes to spam his right hand over and over and over. You're playing a video game, you're just spamming the same punch. That's kind of what he does. Both these guys kind of have rudimentary striking, in my opinion. Danilo, he kind of looks a little bit wonky, a little bit. I don't know. He's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. Like I said, I don't feel comfortable taking Khadis as a favorite in this regard, so I'm gonna have to go with the underdog. Probably via submission. He wants to fight on the ground, in my opinion. But yeah, don't feel super comfortable with this fight, but I'm gonna take Danilo.
Well, we have a rule on our podcast that we never bet against the Russian fighter, so I'm going to go with the favorite. I'm going to go with the favorite on this one and go with Khadis, even though he's coming off of 3 losses. And strangely enough, the odds have this at going under 2.5 rounds on this one. So they don't see this one going as a decision either. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go with Khadis.
Okay.
What about you, Nathan?
I mean, looking at this, I do think that this could be very much make or break for Khadis. He's 3 straight losses. I think he loses, he most likely will probably get released. I think because of that, he will probably be coming out all guns blazing. So I think I'm probably going to be leaning towards Danilo, and I'll go first round submission. I think he'll catch him with a takedown. Perhaps he might be a little bit reckless. So, yeah, I'm going to go with a first round submission.
Yeah, that's all good. Obviously, with Khadis, doesn't bode well with me from a betting perspective. Obviously, from what some of you guys are saying, he's not been on the best of runs recently. But again, unfortunately, I've got to go for the favourite this one. I'm going to be very optimistic in my approach to this. I'm going to go for Khadis for our first round TKO. Cue that we've all, the majority of us have gone for a finish, but watch this for an absolute 15-minute ball fest to kick off UFC 253.